writing this because I genuinely don't know if what I'm experiencing is real or if I'm slowly losing my mind. This started about 3 weeks ago. I had just moved into a new apartment, not in the middle of the city, more like on the outskirts. The building itself was old, half empty, and honestly a little too quiet. But the rent was cheap, and I've always preferred being alone, so I didn't think much of it. The first 2 days were completely normal. Then the third night happened. At exactly 2:13 a.m., I woke up. Not from a dream, not from a noise outside, from something very specific. Knock, knock, knock. It was soft, slow, deliberate, like someone was tapping on my front door with just their fingers. At first, I told myself it was nothing. Maybe pipes, maybe someone upstairs. Old buildings make weird noises all the time. But then it came again. Knock, knock, knock. This time, I sat up. My heart started pounding instantly. Not fast, just heavy, like my body already knew something was wrong. I got out of bed and walked slowly toward the door. Every step felt louder than it should have. When I finally reached it, I leaned in and looked through the peephole. There was no one there. The hallway was completely empty. No movement, no shadows, nothing. I didn't open the door. I just stood there for a few seconds, then went back to bed. I didn't sleep much after that. The next day, I bought a small indoor security camera. I told myself it was just for peace of mind. Honestly, I even laughed about it. It felt stupid. But deep down, something about the night before didn't sit right with me. That night, I set the camera facing directly at the front door, and then I waited. I didn't hear anything that night. No knocking, no sounds, nothing. I actually felt relieved, until the next morning. I opened the camera app and scrolled through the footage. Everything looked normal until 2:12 a.m., 2:13 a.m., and then I froze. There was someone standing in front of my door. A man. Tall, thin, slightly hunched forward. His face, I couldn't make it out clearly. It was like the camera just refused to focus on it. But the worst part? He wasn't looking at the camera. He was staring directly at my door, like he knew I was inside. Slowly, he raised his hand and knocked. Knock, knock, knock. I felt my stomach drop. I rewound the footage 3 times just to be sure. It was real. He was there. When I checked the timeline, I realized something that made it worse. At that exact time, I never got out of bed. I wasn't near the door. I wasn't even awake. But in the footage, right at the bottom of the door, there was a faint shadow, like something or someone was standing inside. Later that day, I forced myself to talk to the only neighbor I had seen so far. An older man, quiet, kept to himself. I told him everything. He didn't interrupt me, didn't question me. He just listened. Then, after a few seconds, he said something that made my skin crawl. If you hear knocking at night, don't open the door. I asked him why. He didn't answer directly. Instead, he said, someone used to live in your unit before you. He said the same thing, that something kept coming to his door every night. I felt my throat go dry. I asked, what happened to him? The old man smiled. Not a normal smile. Something off. And then he said, one night, he opened the door. I waited, but he didn't say anything else. I had to ask, what happened after that? He looked me dead in the eyes. No one ever saw him again. I didn't sleep that night. I kept the camera app open on my phone, watching the live feed, waiting. Then it happened.
2:13 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. I immediately looked at the live camera feed, and what I saw made my entire body go cold.
I didn't wait.
There was no one outside. The hallway was empty, completely empty, but the knocking didn't stop.
Then
Slowly, I turned my head
straight
toward
off
the
side of
door,
the highway and into the
listening
dark
carefully,
woods.
trying
Behind
to
me, I heard the
understand
man shout,
where the sound
"Hey!"
was coming from.
Then I heard his footsteps
And that's
hitting
when
the
it hit
gravel
me.
as he started running
The
too.
knocking
The woods were
wasn't
thick
coming
and
from
uneven.
outside.
Branches
It
scratched
was
against
coming
my arms and
from
face as I pushed deeper
inside
into the
my
darkness.
apartment.
I didn't dare
For
look
a
back
few
at
seconds,
first. I just ran
I
as
couldn't
fast
move.
as I possibly could.
I just stood there,
After maybe 10
staring
seconds,
at the
I finally
door,
glanced over my
listening.
shoulder. The man was
Knock.
chasing me, and he was
Knock.
closer than I expected.
Knock.
My heart started pounding
Same
even
rhythm.
harder. I
Same
zigzagged
slow,
between trees, hoping
deliberate
it would
pattern.
slow him down.
But now
the
I
ground was
knew
covered with leaves
it
and
wasn't
loose dirt,
coming
making
from
it
the
easy to
hallway.
slip. At
It
one
was
point,
coming
my foot
from
caught on a
somewhere
root, and I nearly fell
inside my
forward.
apartment.
But somehow I managed to
My
keep
brain tried to
running.
rationalize it.
Suddenly,
Pipes,
footsteps behind me
walls
stopped.
expanding,
I kept
someone
moving another
upstairs.
20 yards before
But
diving
deep down,
behind a large fallen
I
tree.
knew those were
I
lies.
crouched down and
Because
tried
this
to control
time,
my breathing.
the sound wasn't echoing.
Everything around me
It was too
completely
close,
silent.
too precise,
silent.
like it was happening
For a
right
moment, I
behind
wondered
the
if maybe
door,
he had given up.
or worse.
Then I heard
Right
something that
behind
made
me.
my blood run cold.
My hands were shaking as I
voice,
looked back at my
not
phone.
yelling,
The live
not
camera
panicking,
was still running.
calmly
The hallway
speaking
outside
somewhere
my
in the
apartment
darkness.
door was empty.
Come on out.
No one there.
He said.
Nothing
His
moving.
voice echoed faintly
And yet,
between the trees.
Knock.
I just wanted
Knock.
to talk.
Knock.
I stayed completely still. I could hear him
I
walking
slowly walked
through the
backward,
woods now,
keeping my
leaves
eyes on the
crunching
door.
beneath his boots as he
I didn't
searched.
want to turn my back
Running
to
into the
anything.
woods wasn't a
Not
smart
anymore.
move, he said.
That's when I heard it
There was
again.
something about his
But
tone
this
that
time,
felt incredibly
it didn't come
disturbing.
from the door.
Like he wasn't even
It
angry.
came from the
Like he was
hallway
enjoying
inside
this.
my apartment.
Pressed my back against
Different
the fallen
direction.
tree and covered
My
my
heart
mouth with
dropped
my hand to keep from
because
breathing
there's
too
only
loudly.
one thing
The
in that
footsteps came
hallway.
closer,
A
and
small,
closer,
narrow
and suddenly
closet.
they stopped. I could
stared
hear him
at the
standing
hallway.
somewhere nearby.
Total darkness.
Maybe 20
The
feet
kind
away.
of darkness
For
where your
several
brain
seconds, there was
starts
nothing
filling
but
in
silence.
shapes that aren't
Then
really
he spoke
there.
again. This
Then,
time, much quieter.
knock.
Almost like
knock.
he was talking to himself.
Knock.
If you don't
This
come
time,
out,
it was
his voice
unmistakable.
paused for a moment.
It came from
I'll
inside
find
the
you
closet.
anyway.
Something
My
was
entire
knocking
body
from the
froze.
other side
I
of the
could feel
door.
my heart beating so hard
I
that
told
it almost
myself
felt
it wasn't
loud enough for
possible.
him to hear.
I hadn't opened that
something
closet
even
since
worse
I moved
happened.
in. It
A
was
small
empty. I
flashlight
checked it
beam
myself.
suddenly appeared between the
No
trees.
one could be inside.
Turned on a
No
light.
one could have gotten in
The
without
beam
me
moved
noticing.
slowly across the forest
And yet,
floor as he searched.
it was happening.
Back and forth.
I
Back
don't
and
know
forth.
why I did it.
The light passed
Curiosity?
just a few feet from where I was hiding.
Fear?
I held my
Just
breath
pure
completely.
stupidity.
He took 2 more
But I
steps
started
forward.
walking
He
toward
would
it.
see me.
Slowly,
The flashlight beam paused
step
for a
by
moment.
step.
Then it slowly
Every
started moving
instinct in my
toward the
body
fallen
was
tree where I
screaming
was
at me to
hiding.
stop, to
Every
leave,
muscle in my
to
body
run.
tensed.
But I
But then,
didn't.
suddenly,
I
a
reached
loud
out
sound
and
echoed from
grabbed the
highway.
closet handle.
A truck horn.
Cold.
The flashlight beam
Unnaturally
immediately jerked
cold.
away from my direction.
The
I heard
knocking
the man
stopped.
curse under his breath.
Complete
Then
silence.
his footsteps quickly started
For a
moving away
moment,
through the
I
trees.
thought maybe it was
In
over.
seconds,
Maybe
the
I
woods were
imagined
quiet
it.
again.
Maybe.
I stayed exactly where I was.
Then
I didn't
I
move.
felt it.
Not for
From
5
the
minutes.
other side of the
Not
door.
for 10 minutes.
Something
In fact,
touched the
I
handle.
stayed there for nearly
I
an
froze.
entire hour.
I wasn't alone.
Finally,
Whatever
when I
was
felt
inside
confident he was gone,
holding
I
the
slowly
handle from
stood
the
up
other
and
side.
carefully made my
Not
way back
pulling,
toward the highway.
not pushing,
The
just
moment I stepped out of the
holding
trees,
it,
I immediately
like it
noticed
knew I was
something.
there.
The black SUV
Then I
was
heard it.
gone. But my
Soft,
car was still sitting there
slow,
on the side of the road.
Wet,
Hazard lights blinking in
breathing,
the darkness.
right on the
I
other
cautiously
side of the
walked
door.
toward it.
Too
My
close.
stomach dropped when I
Way
got
too
closer.
close.
The
And
driver's
then
door was open.
it spoke.
I was absolutely
A
certain
voice
I had locked
so
it.
low,
My pulses
so
started
broken,
racing again.
it barely sounded
I slowly
human.
approached the car and
Right
looked inside.
against the wood.
The glove box had been opened.
You heard me
Everything
this
inside
time.
was scattered across the passenger
My
seat and
grip
the
on
floor.
the handle
My
tightened
backpack
without me
had
realizing.
also been unzipped.
I couldn't let go.
Whoever went through the
I couldn't
car
move.
clearly wasn't looking
I couldn't
for
even
gas.
breathe
They were
properly.
looking for something
And
valuable.
that's when my phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor.
even more terrifying.
The screen was still on,
hadn't just
still
searched my
showing the
car.
live camera
He had taken
feed.
something.
I looked down
The
at it,
jacket I had
and
left
what
on
I
the back
saw
seat was gone.
completely
And
shattered
inside
whatever
that
was
jacket
left of
pocket
my
was
sanity.
my wallet, which
Standing
now had my
outside
ID,
my apartment
my
door,
address, my
in the
full name.
hallway, was
Standing
that
there
same
on that
man
empty
from the
highway,
footage.
one
The
horrible
tall,
thought crossed
thin
my
one,
mind.
head
if
slightly
that man
tilted,
wasn't just trying to
staring
rob me?
directly at the
What if he was
door.
planning something
My
much
brain
worse?
couldn't process it,
Now,
because
he
at
knew
that
exactly
exact
who
moment,
I was.
something was inside
Standing
the
there
closet,
beside my car,
holding the
staring at
handle
empty
with me,
highway, I felt a
breathing,
deep sense of
whispering,
dread settle into my
and the
chest.
same thing
The man
was
had taken
standing
my jacket,
outside my
which meant
door.
he now had my wallet.
The voice
And
came
inside that
again,
wallet was my driver's
closer this
license,
time,
my
right
full name,
against
my
the
home
wood.
address, everything.
Now, you
For a moment, I
open.
just stood there trying to process what had
I
just
don't
happened.
remember what
The
happened
night
after
was
that.
still completely
I just
silent.
know this.
The only sound was
When
the
I woke
steady
up,
click, click,
the closet
click of
door
my hazard
was
lights
open,
blinking in the darkness.
and my front door
Part of me wanted to
was
get into the car
unlocked.
and just sit there
I left
until
that
morning
apartment
again.
the same
But another
morning.
part of me couldn't
Didn't
shake
pack
the horrible
properly,
thought.
didn't say
What
goodbye
if
to
that
anyone,
man was
didn't
still
even look
nearby,
back. I just
watching,
grabbed what I could
waiting?
and got out.
The woods on both
For the
sides
next
of
few
the highway
days, I
suddenly
stayed
felt
at a
lot
motel
darker than they
across
had
town.
before.
I barely
I
slept.
quickly shut my car
Every
door and
little
locked it
sound
again.
felt like
My
those
phone
three
still had no
knocks
signal,
coming back.
not even a single bar.
I kept replaying
I leaned back
everything
in the
my
driver's
head.
seat, trying to
The
think of what to
man
do
outside
next.
the door,
My fuel
the
tank
thing
was completely
inside
empty.
the closet.
There was no
the
way
voice,
the car was going
the
anywhere.
fact that both
So,
existed
once
at
again,
the same
the
time.
only option was to wait.
There was no logical
Minutes
explanation.
slowly passed.
None.
Then
I should have
nearly half
deleted
an
the
hour.
footage. I should
Every
have just
time I saw
let it
headlights
go.
in the distance,
but
I
I
sat
didn't.
up, hoping someone would
Instead,
finally stop.
I went back to
but
check
every single
something,
car that passed
frame
by
by
just
frame,
kept driving.
minute by
Eventually,
minute,
the exhaustion
trying to
from
find
the long
something,
drive and the
anything
adrenaline crash
that made
started
sense.
to hit me. My
Every
eyes
night,
kept closing.
same time,
I kept forcing myself
2:13
awake.
a.m.
But sometime
The man
around what I
appears,
guessed was 3 in the
stands
morning,
outside the
I
door,
must have finally
doesn't
drifted
move
off.
much. Just
I don't know how
waits.
long I was asleep.
Sometimes
but
he
something
knocks.
suddenly woke
Sometimes
me up.
he doesn't.
At first,
but he's
I didn't
always
understand what it
there.
was. Then I
Took
heard
me
it again.
hours to notice
a
it.
faint crunching
But once
sound,
I did,
like
I
someone
wished I
stepping on
hadn't.
gravel.
Every
My
night,
eyes snapped
he
open.
was getting
My
closer.
heart immediately
Not
started
physically
racing again.
closer to the door.
The sound was coming from
No,
outside the
something
car.
worse.
Very close.
First, we
Slowly,
stood at the
I
end
turned
of the
my
hallway.
head toward the driver's
Then
window.
closer.
And that's
Then
when I saw it.
right in front
a
of the
shadow
door.
moving past
That's
the front of
not
my
the part
headlights.
that messed me up.
Someone was
His
walking in
posture
front of my
was
car.
becoming more
My entire
familiar.
body went cold.
On the sixth
Whoever
night
it
of
was,
footage,
they were moving
I paused
slowly,
the video,
almost
zoomed
casually.
in, stared
The
at
shadow
the screen
moved
for a
along the
long
front
time,
bumper and then
trying to
disappeared
convince
out of view
myself
on the
I was
passenger
wrong.
side.
But I
For a
wasn't.
moment, there was complete
He wasn't
silence
just
again.
some random
Then,
man anymore.
tap.
He
A
looked
soft
like
knock on the passenger window.
me.
I froze.
Same height,
Another
same
tap.
build,
Then a
same
voice.
way of
The
standing.
same voice.
Even the way his head
Hey.
tilted
My
slightly to the
stomach
right.
dropped instantly.
Something I do
It was
without
him,
realizing.
the man from earlier.
That's when
I didn't
everything
move.
clicked.
I didn't respond.
Not perfectly.
The man
not
tapped
logically,
again, slightly
but
harder
enough
this
to
time.
understand
Come
one
on,
thing.
he said calmly.
That
I
thing
know you're
outside
awake.
the door
My hands
wasn't
started
trying
shaking.
to get in.
How did he
It
know
was
I was
trying
awake?
to
I
replace
stared
me.
straight ahead at the
I
dark
thought
highway,
leaving the
pretending not to
apartment
hear
would
him.
end it.
Then
I
he
was
spoke
wrong.
again, and what
2
he said
nights later,
next made my
I woke
blood
up
run
in the
cold.
motel. Same
I found
time,
your wallet.
2:13
There was a short
a.m.,
pause.
and I
Then
heard
he
it
continued.
again.
I know
Knock.
who you are
Knock.
now.
Knock.
I could feel my pulse
Not on the
pounding
front
in
door,
my ears.
on the
For a few
closet.
seconds, neither of
My
us spoke.
entire body
Then,
went cold.
suddenly, a pair
I
of
slowly
headlights
turned
appeared
my
far
head
down the
toward the
highway.
closet.
A vehicle was
The door
approaching.
was slightly
The man
open,
must have seen them
just a
too,
crack.
because his tone suddenly
Darkness
changed.
inside,
He knocked on the
but
glass
not
one
empty.
more time
I
and
could
said
feel it.
quietly,
Something
"You got lucky
was there,
tonight."
waiting.
Then his footsteps quickly
didn't
moved
open
away
it
from
this
the car.
time. I
I
couldn't.
watched through the mirror
I
as
just
his
sat
dark
there,
figure ran back
staring,
toward the trees.
listening.
A few seconds
Then
later,
the
he
voice
disappeared
came again.
completely into the woods.
Same broken
The
whisper.
approaching vehicle
Same
turned out to be a
thing.
large semi-truck,
You left
and this time
before
it
I
actually
finished.
slowed down.
I
The
covered
truck
my
pulled
ears,
onto the shoulder
shut
ahead of
my
my
eyes,
car and
tried to
stopped.
block it out.
The driver stepped
But
down
then
and
it
walked
said
back toward
something
me.
different.
I quickly rolled
Something
down the window
worse.
and explained everything
Now,
that had happened.
there are two
The man
of
looked
you.
genuinely shocked.
The next
He
morning,
told me he had
I
seen
checked
someone
my
standing
phone,
near my car
even though
when he
I
first
knew I
approached,
shouldn't,
which was why he
because
slowed
somehow
down in the first
my
place.
camera app
He
had
let me climb
recorded
into his
again.
truck while we waited
But
for
this
state
time,
police to
it
arrive.
wasn't my
About
apartment.
20 minutes later,
It was the
two patrol
motel
cars
room.
pulled up.
And at
I told them the
2:13
entire
a.m.,
story.
the footage
They searched the
shows
nearby
me
woods with flashlights for almost an
outside
hour,
my
but
own
they never
room,
found the man.
perfectly
He was
still,
gone, like he
staring
had completely
at the door.
vanished into the
I
darkness.
don't know which
The police
one
later
I
gave
am
me a ride to the
anymore.
nearest gas
The one
station so I could buy a
inside
fuel
or
can
the
to get my
one
car running
outside.
again.
All
I
I
finally
know
made
is
it home
this.
around 9 in the
Tonight,
morning.
at
I barely slept for
2:13
2
a.m.,
days after that.
I'm going to
But
hear
the part
it
that
again.
still bothers me the
Knock.
most is
Knock.
something the police officer
Knock.
told me before I
And
left.
this time, I don't think I'll be able to stop myself from opening it.